Okay, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, this is your host Charlie Wolf, and we are at Salt Series chapter number 8. Welcome to everybody. We'll just give some guys a chance to just join the live chat and get the chat active. Hope you guys are doing well. I hope you enjoyed Kombat Afrika on Tuesday evening. It was absolutely fantastic. We saw some absolutely hype matches taking place on Kombat Afrika Tuesday past, and I can guarantee you next week Tuesday there will be that same hype matches or similar hype matches taking place as well. Guys, we are ready. We've got some fantastic matches coming up for you tonight. Before we get into the matches, let me just introduce my co-commentator, FTS Parasurama. Para, how are you?
Good, and you, Charlie?
All good. I'm looking seriously forward to what we've got in store tonight. We are playing Mortal Kombat 11 on the PC, so we're on the Steam format. But we've got some familiar faces, some new faces for you guys tonight. We've got Art Department going up against Mr. Jivs. We've got Nevermore going up against Dexter Fury. We've got Ngoni 615, a former champion on the PC Steam tournaments, going up against Dizzle, my Nizzle for Shizzle. That is officially the longest name in FGC history. So the two of them are going to be going up in match number 2. As I mentioned earlier, we've got match number 3 taking place, which is between Nevermore and Dexter Fury. Nevermore, a recent Spawn main, going up against Dexter Fury, one of the OGs, going all the way back to MK11 days, and maybe even before, I'm not too sure. He plays Cassie, he plays Cabal, he plays a bit of Johnny, he plays a bit of everybody. So that's going to be absolutely fantastic. And then we've got the clash of Zimbabwe. We've got Emperor Enzo going up against FTS's very own Tanashi. All these games taking place tonight will be a first to 5. And Para, while we just getting the guys in chat, if you can maybe just send the invites out to our boy Jivs, as well as 400 elites Art Department, and we'll get game number 1 underway as soon as possible. What I'll be doing in the meantime, I will be sending out the links to all the groups while we're waiting for the guys to join the Koth lobby, and the moment they are in, we'll get match number 1 underway. That good?
That's good. I've invited Mr. Jibs, but I don't think Art Department has accepted my friendship yet.
Okay, what I can do from my side, I can invite Art Department into the Koth as well.
Alright.
Okay,
thanks.
let me do that. Guys, I hope you're looking forward to what's about to take place tonight, because this is the Salt Series, and as you all know, the Salt Series is not only about showcasing your talent, but also about getting under your opponent's skin. So if there's an opportunity to teabag, microbag, friendship, fatality, brutality, turbo bag, you name it, you do it. This is a Salt Series, all rules apply. So guys, as you know, this is tournament rules as far as the format is concerned. So the winner will stay character locked. The loser obviously has the chance to swap characters, as I mentioned before. And as you can see on screen, all the matches will take place in a first to 5 format. So we just wait for these guys to join us, and we'll get the first match underway.
Sounds great. What do you think about Mr. Jivs versus Charlie Wolf, or should we talk about that later?
It's going to be a tough match. I've obviously been giving Mr. Jivs a fair amount of time to let that Salt just build. And I think it's about 2 months now that he's been calling me out. And, you know, eventually FGC Africa made the slot available. Both of us agreed to it, and that match is going to be taking place next week, Tuesday. So I'm looking forward to that, and I'm sure Mr. Jivs is looking forward to that. But before he can get that, he first needs to get through Art Department.
Indeed, and Art Department's the one who called Mr. Jivs out.
So there's already a little bit of Salt having been developed over the past, because I think these two played each other in a recent Steam tournament. That
Yes,
was had
an
about
invitational.
last week or the week before, I'm not too sure. And I think Mr. Jivs came up tops in that particular match.
Yes, he did.
Art Department called him out, said he wants his revenge, and yeah, tonight's the night.
I think Art Department's been looking at Shiva and been labbing Shiva things.
Well, I see both these characters, or both these players rather, are in the Koth lobby right now.
Mr. Jibs with his typical hidden cursor picks,
As always.
as always. I think it's a good skill to work on if you're playing against someone who counter picks.
Well, art department, I think, as we can see there on screen already, going straight for the Kitana pick. He's still pondering on which variation to go for, but looks like Mr. Jivs is going to bring out a little bit of a surprise here. I'm not too sure who's
We
behind
never
that
know.
cursor.
We never know with Mr. Jibs.
Let's just see if the guys are in chat.
We have 10 people in chat. Oh, we have Sindel. That's interesting.
Well, Mr. Jibs has been playing quite a bit of Sindel of late, and what I can tell you is that he's got quite the mean Sindel. And I think the...
Oh, it's not Sindel, this is Shiva.
Oh, okay, well, there you go. Mr. Jivs taking a character here that basically Art Department has been labbing quite a bit, so obviously you know exactly what to expect. So let's see how it plays out now. Mr. Jivs with Shiva, the Mean Queen variation, going up against Art Department's Highborn Kitana. Probably one of Kitana, or probably Kitana's most effective variation. That's in my opinion, Tara. I'm not sure if you feel the same.
I play this variation, and in my opinion, this is Kitana's best variation. I think this was even before the buffs that it is the best, and I feel that it just has a very strong up close game, and also has pretty good zoning.
Well, they are level on life right now, and looks like Mr. Jivs is trying to close in. He obviously has to watch out for that fatal blow which could come. Is it going to come now? Nope. Down one into the first round, being taken by Mr. Jivs. So, good start for Mr. Jivs, but early days, I don't think anybody can draw any conclusions at this point. Oh, the crushing blow comes into effect. 320 damage straight.
So Mr. Jivs clearly wants to finish this in this round, and not wait for a third round.
And I think he's got every chance of doing that, but I think he's got flawless loading right here, and oh, the brutality comes in as well. What a start to the Salt series. I've never actually seen that brutality before, I must be honest with you.
Me too. Mr. Jibs is all business tonight, and he just has performed a flawless victory into a brutality.
I don't know.
Impressive stuff.
I don't know. I think that art departments can have to maybe just take some time before starting match number 2 here, because Mr. Jivs came straight out of, you know, the gate there and basically sent a statement to art department there saying, listen, you called me out, but I'm coming out full force for you.
I think Kitana's game plan against Queen Shiva, as she says, is basically that she either wants to be in her face all the time and be up close and personal with Shiva, or she wants to be away, but she has to be aware of the stomp. If it is Highborn again, he can do the spinning razors, which can actually counter the stomp and into a full combo.
And also, if it's fanfare, I believe he can do that little square wave.
The booty, yeah.
Booty. So guys, so match number 2 right now. Mr. Jivs have taken that first match. Art department forced into a variation switch. Probably took a little bit of an early life lead, but nothing to talk about really at this point, because, you know, in a matter of 1 or 2 moves, that life lead is basically changed hands. But the crushing blow lands this time. Dot damage, and Mr. Jivs finds himself at about 20% life lead, or life left rather. But this is Shiva.
He dropped the combo there, but will he... Oh, so Mr. Jivs backed up a bit. If Fabio is careful, he can finish this round.
Oh, but he's not careful
he
because
won't.
he was trying to wake up jump. And unfortunately, got the fatal blow for his troubles, and he's now steering down the battle. He's one game down, he's one round down. This is going to be quite interesting.
So I think where our department is not excelling at the moment, it seems to be in this when he's staying away from Shiva, and he was doing well when he was up close against Shiva. So I think it's a good idea to just stay there.
Well, just while these guys are going, and our department just lands that crushing blow into a full combo, misses the wave lift though. I've just got some news. One of my closest friends, Pera, one of the guys who studied with me all the way back in 1998, his two sons are actually in chat right now, so a big shout out goes out to Ibrahim and Hamad Adams for joining Charlie Wolf's stream tonight. Absolutely fantastic to have you guys here. I hope you're going to enjoy the Salt series in Mortal Kombat 11. Absolutely fantastic to have you here. And Mr. Jibs goes for a teabag here, and I think our department might be thinking to himself, did I maybe call Mr. Jibs out a bit too soon?
But Mr. Jibs has been growing in his experience and in his skill.
No, absolutely. Tando, I see you in chat. Asim Karim, aka Renton, the Jade, the untamable Jade player, he's in chat right now. Zach Fenter, I don't think I've seen him before. Keaton Groom, obviously rooting for Mr. Jibs, who's now taken a 2-0 lead over our department, and I wonder if he might be tempted to go with a Frost pick. Although I must be honest with you, Pera, from what I'm seeing right now, there are certain things that our department is not doing that he should ideally be doing in the Shiva versus Kitana match.
I agree. I think when this choice comes up, it's always good to evaluate what's going on. Is it the way you playing your character, or is it the character itself that's suffering and doesn't have many options? So I think in this case he should think like that, and it seems that he's thought that it's the way he played Kitana, and now he's going to try and change that.
I'm hearing now that in South Africa schools are closing between now or between Monday and the 24th of August. Is that correct? If somebody can just let me know in chat. Obviously our president is talking, addressing the country tonight, and I'm busy streaming, so if somebody can just update me in terms of what's happening, I'll really appreciate it.
Typical Charlie Wolf gaming things.
Okay, so Mr. Jibs now leading by 2-0. He's gone back for the highborn as our department. Sending a real statement here, Pera, so far.
Yeah, it's all pressure. She's all in. And Mr. Jibs is in it to win it.
"15 minutes into the stream, there's already 22 people in chat, 23 right now, so thank you so much for the support, guys. I hope you're going to really enjoy not just this match, as we're already 2 games into this particular match, but we've got a full lineup tonight, 4 matches in total scheduled, and Mr. Jibs closes out that round again.
Round 2, fight.
I wonder at this point of the contest, Pera, if Mr. Jibs has already got into our department's head, because I mean personally I've seen our department play much better than what I'm seeing right now. So I'm wondering if what we're seeing right now is a bit of nerves, a bit of.
But you must also remember, because Mr. Jibs also tends to sometimes not do well with the nerves and stuff. It seems like he's conquered that, and he's making good decisions, and he's just playing very well.
He is indeed.
Everything is more or less safe. When he takes a stomp, it's a bit of a risk, but he hasn't been punished very much for it.
In fact, he hasn't been punished at all. I think he's like 5 for 5 on those stomps now.
Yeah.
Oh, and the tea bags are going as well, because suddenly, 15 minutes, like I said, into the stream, Mr. Jibs, with the fatality from the looks of it, indeed, is now up by 3-0 in this first to 5. So our department staring down the barrel right now and thinking to himself, maybe it's not a bad time to maybe just try something different. I'm not sure if that something different is going to be a character swap or if it's just a change in strategy, but from what we're seeing right now, everything that Artipartment is trying doesn't seem to be working right now. And Mr. Jivs has established a comfortable lead.
Most certainly. And then this is the fatality that made everyone cringe when they were watching the aftermath
Trailer.
intro video, isn't it?
Well, Mr. Jivs bringing that fatality to life right now, and Artifarten feeling the full wrath of that fatality, because I think Mr. Jivs he's in his zone right now. His confidence is like 250 right now. And we've seen a character swap from Artipartment, so this is going to be interesting, because this is the thing, Para, if Artipartment is able to avoid that stomp, he can dish out some serious damage with the character that he's just chosen.
Totally. I think he's chosen Ace of Knaves, but still. I think you know Jody, right?
Smoke Vengeance?
Smoke Vengeance, yeah.
Yes, yes.
So back in Injustice, he had this thing he used to always say, pick a top tier. And it's like, I think it's based off a Street Fighter meme. But basically, that's what Fabio is doing now. Joker, one of the best characters in the game, and he's trying to see what Joker can do against this crazy Shiva.
You know, I'm watching this match and I'm already thinking next week Tuesday,
that you're gonna see the Shiva in action,
yeah,
firsthand.
For sure, for sure. And I mean, funny enough, myself and Mr. Jivs actually had a couple of matches in this.
Oh, there we go.
And I think that's the first time he's actually successfully avoided that stomp pattern.
I've seen him avoid it, but he didn't punish it the once in one of the other matches. But this time he punished a little bit.
Well, not a full punish, unfortunately, and Shiva
yeah.
gets the juggle this time.
You would have wanted him to see him loading up that Bat Boy beatdown move.
Oh, the 3 amplified Bird Boy beatdown, yeah.
Yeah, Bird Boy beatdown.
That boy. Well, I think NetherRealm did quite a good job, just not introducing Batman into the game, but kind of having references to Batman. I think it's quite a nice take on the Joker universe, so to speak.
Totally. The Bird Boy beatdown is based on when Joker killed one of the Robins, Jason Todd. Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Jivs is dishing it out full force right now, and unfortunately, that Joker pick didn't do any much better than what the Kitana pick did in the first 3 matches, so Mr. Jivs is going to be feeling extremely confident if this should indeed go down to a 5-0. However, you know, something could change in our department. He could realize, let's just get some power from the Elder God here and make a reverse 5-0. Anybody's guess as to what's going to happen next, but it does look like it's favoring Mr. Jivs right now.
Does that Elder God mean Cetrion? Or maybe it means Frost, who feels she's an Elder God in all situations. But I just wanted to also comment on PC, the graphics seem to be much clearer, like there's more detail in it. It's quite amazing watching these fatalities on PC.
Yeah, no, I'm always going to be an advocate for PC in terms of graphics. Unfortunately for the PS4 guys, yes, it's the preferred console for tournaments, etc., but just from a visual perspective, there's nothing that tops PC. And I think you and I are probably fortunate in the sense that we play both the PS4 as well as the PC.
Yeah, I started on PC in MKX, and then like during MKX's life, I also started playing in PlayStation.
You still had the previous PSN ID, if I remember correctly, with the MKX days.
Yeah, I had a PSN ID based from like a PS3 I had, so I just used that
Okay.
that same one, yeah. And then recently I started changing it when we were allowed to change the name.
We see teabags coming in between sets right now.
Mid-set teabag.
Mid-set teabags, and you love to see it on the Salt series.
We do.
And you know, it's easy for Mr. Jibs to do that now, suddenly finding himself on match point.
Yeah.
And I can just imagine art department probably going to have quite a few complaints about this character here. Presenting so much problems for people who casually play Kombat League. And I suppose if you haven't actually labbed this particular matchup, or if you haven't labbed at least Shiva's Shokan Stomp, unfortunately you're going to find yourself ill-prepared in situations like this, and I think that's what art department's experiencing right now.
I've been playing some Kombat League recently, and I think Shiva's the most popular character in the whole game. Almost everyone just picks Shiva nowadays, and they just do down up all the time.
It's actually sickening, but
yeah,
that's the negatives when it comes to Kombat League. Art department looking like he's hopefully going to get the round here, and does now. Could this potentially be the round that swings the momentum in art department's favor, because he needs it? He needs this match, he needs this round, because if he doesn't get this round, unfortunately, that's his evening.
Well, hopefully this is a momentum swing, because I'm sure the people want to see some comeback from art department.
Okay, he's using the fanpay variation, so he doesn't need to be airborne in order to get that square wave.
Shiva's trying to also taunt Kitana in the situation, moving in and out, trying to bait some mistakes from art department.
Okay, great punish there. Unfortunately, no fan.
Use that crushing blow.
Oh, unfortunately, he's about 100 points away from death, and is that going to do it? No.
No. Okay, I think.
Nope.
Oh, he should have went to a fatal blow.
Oh, and unfortunately, art department goes down by 5-0. Are we going to see a mercy? We are indeed.
We are.
I don't think he was expecting that, but luckily he woke up. It's an overhead. He's aware of it.
He could have.
Fatal blow.
Yeah, exactly. Oh. Is this a brutality? Oh, okay.
Unfortunately for art department, he suffers the turbo teabag, he suffered a mercy, and he suffered a 5-0. And he ended off with a friendship. How nice is Mr. Jivs?
Indeed. How are you gonna end it when you play him if you win?
Oh, one thing I did notice is that I haven't even been updating the scores as the matches were
really?
taking place. So guys,
we were so engrossed.
I was indeed. So guys, as you can see on screen now, that match, unfortunately for art department and the 400 elite squad, ended up 5-0 in favor of Mr. Jivs. So art department obviously won't be feeling too great about that, having called out Mr. Jivs. Mr. Jivs obviously agreed to take up the challenge, and he not only agreed to take it up, but dished out some serious pain there to art department. So I can imagine a run back is going to be requested, but it is 5-0. So if somebody can just let these guys know that they can both leave the Koth lobby. I see somebody has left already.
I'm sure Jeevan knows, because he said GG's art in the chat.
Well, that was a fantastic showing there from Mr. Jivs. You can't really take that away from him. Obviously, art department will be left feeling rather disappointed in that showing, but take nothing away from Mr. Jivs. He was maybe just a bit too strong, a bit more prepared, and maybe, I don't know, even the art department had mentioned that he was preparing for the Shiva match. Maybe he was labbing a different variation, I'm not too sure. But the Mean Queen did the job against art department, and Mr. Jivs feeling extremely confident going into Tuesday's match against yours truly. I'm scared right now, Para, actually.
You have to be.
Yeah.
That Shiva looked mean, and it seems that Mr. Jivs is over his nerves on stream now. So I think he's ready to rumble. Well,
anyway, let's talk about Tuesday on Tuesday. For now, we've got 3 more matches. Dizzle, my Nizzle for Shizzle going up against Ngoni 615. Now, just to give you some history before these guys get included into the Koth lobby. Guys, for those of you who might know, Ngoni 615, aka Deathstroke, has actually been a previous champion on one of our previous team tournaments all the way back in November of 2019. He's extremely strong. He plays just about the entire cost. Going up against somebody who has started off in MK11 playing one of the least preferred characters in Raiden, and even till this day is still very much a Raiden loyalist. He does play a couple of other characters as well. Aaron Black and Johnny Cage comes to mind, but Raiden is where he's where he can possibly bring the most pain to anybody that he's facing, and I'm sure in this first to 5 setting against Deathstroke, we're probably going to see that Raiden pick coming up as well. Ngoni, Deathstroke, very unpredictable in terms of character choices. He could go with a Sonya, he could go with a Liu Kang, he could go with anybody.
I think those two are his favorites from what we see in the WhatsApp. He's always talking about Sonya and Liu Kang. So we don't know what he's prepared. He could have prepared something totally different and a totally different character, so we'll just have to see.
I see he's joined us in the Koth lobby already. Has the invite gone out to Dizzle as well?
I've invited Ngoni, but I haven't invited Dizzle because I don't think he's accepted my French.
Okay, I'm going to I've just sent him an invite now, so he should be joining us shortly. And
cool.
Then we're going straight into match number 2 of the evening, guys. Salt Series chapter number 8. We've seen Mr. Jivs 5-0 over Art Department. We've got Ngoni 615, aka Deathstroke, going up against, like I said, the guy with the longest name in FGC history, Dizzle, my Nizzle for Shizzle, aka Dizzle.
He's here.
He is indeed. So we're going to get straight into match number 2 of the evening. Let's just reset the scores.
What do you think of Raiden's how effective he is at the moment? Oh, he went to Aaron, not to Raiden. And he's playing with the locked and loaded variation. Charlie, are you aware of this variation and its difference between the others?
I am indeed. And also, since the buffs, this particular variation of Aaron Black has suddenly become quite viable as well.
Indeed. It's especially suited to playing up close because of the safe special.
Well, that special that you just saw now, Para, is the one that has gone from being unsafe to being very safe.
Very safe, very useful in all situations, from poke to special, strings to special, anything to special. It's basically, and it costs no meter, so it really makes Aaron much more deadly up close. Also, with the best pokes in the game, Mr. Aaron Black, and playing against Fujin, this is the downburst variation.
So what one is this? I'm not too sure about Fujin other than the Cloudwalker variation. So is this the one that can basically send the opponent all the way up with these little windmill?
No, this is not that one. I think this is the first variation where he can launch, and he has these air specials from a hop kick, and I think it's that variation.
Oh,
but
okay. I'm with you.
I also don't know too much about it myself, so let's see what Ngoni has prepared with this guy.
Okay, I see which one it is now. So nice combo coming up there, 258 damage. Aaron Black having already taken the first round here, guys. Trying to close out the second round in this game number 1 between these two guys. But some swaggy looking combos coming through here from Ngoni 615.
Yeah, it seems that Ngoni is looking for that crushing blow off the overhead. Doesn't get it. Tries a low. Both of them battling for mid-screen position and superiority.
Okay, the crushing blow connects there, and that's going to do it for round number 2.
Doesn't that down 2 crushing blow always changes everything?
No, for sure. And obviously with the fact that the fatal blow can basically break armor, you suddenly have 468 damage coming out, as we saw there, from an uppercut into a fatal blow. So very effective close to that second round there by Deathstroke.
Aaron has Fujin just where he wants him in the corner with acid. Wants to get him back to the corner so Aaron can bully him again.
Oh, he connects this time with a trap. Acid for 253 damage, and Aaron looking to be closing this round. Does it again. Probably the longest animation in this game.
When I play Tando, he always when he's pouring, he says, "One for the boys."
Well, there we've got the brutality for the boys right there, and I mean that's exactly what we want to see in the Soul series, guys. It's not about creating or finishing off with normals at the finishing screen. We want to make sure that you get under your opponent's skin, and that's exactly what Aaron Black did right there. In fact, to close out that game, he actually landed 3 of those amplified acid pours.
Oh yeah, he did. Do you still use that salt shaker guy?
I think he's still out here to make an appearance. I think he's here to make an appearance tonight.
Have you not seen a worthy salt shaker moment yet?
Not just yet. Not just yet.
He's named after Lazy, our lazy gamer friend, isn't he?
If you want to call it that, yeah.
Maybe. Okay.
Okay, so let me just get the name set up correctly, so that we can go back into this game. Dizzle, my Nizzle for Shizzle, taking a 1-0 lead against Deathstroke, aka Ngoni 615, for those of you who know him by that name. Mr. Bobby Blue, Tinashi, Kevin Johnson, I see you all in chat. Thank you so much for the support. Guys, if you are new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, drop the chat and leave a like. It really shows your support and we really appreciate it.
So far this is turning out to be a great match. Ngoni's changed to Avalanche, and I think maybe he's more comfortable against Aaron with Sub-Zero.
Well, I must be honest with you, I haven't seen too much of Aaron being played by, haven't seen too much of Fusion being played by Deathstroke here. So I think maybe just match number 1, just try it out. Clearly it didn't work the way he wanted it to work. So immediately after his first loss, he's gone straight into somebody that I think he's much more comfortable with.
Seems that Dizzle is not backing away, and he's basically going for. He's being more aggressive, and he wants to finish this.
Well, I think the variation of Aaron that he's chosen allows him to be a bit more aggressive. Can basically keep himself safe with just about every string that he tries to bring out, but Ngoni not out of this round just yet. Unfortunately, lost breath and succumbs to the back 2-2-2.
I'm actually surprised that Ngoni didn't counterpick this variation of Aaron, which basically doesn't have anything like the Scud shot to deal with zoning. So he could have picked Sonya or someone like that.
Knowing Ngoni, I think he's got a trick up his sleeve better. So I think he enjoys playing Mortal Kombat. He's going to try a couple of characters. And I think the moment he does get his name on the board, he's going to start seeing himself just open up a little bit, because he's not 100% sure how to go about dealing with this Aaron, as we see there.
This Aaron's just going back to.
But I think with the buffs that he's got, he's allowed to do that now with, that back forward 1 being safe now.
Yeah, no, it's basically free. And back 2 is actually, it's like really one of the best mids in the game. In terms of the string itself, not alone. It just catches everything. It hits you whether you're low profiling or not. It hits you in the air. It's very good, and it's only 11 frame startup.
I see Ibrahim Adams in chat asking which Mortal Kombat exactly are you playing. So if you are new to this game, this is Mortal Kombat 11. And if you haven't played it, I would actually recommend that you pick this game up. It's absolutely fun, it's fantastic. It's competitive, but at the same time, there's so much fun that can be had as well. outside of the competitive nature of the game. So if you haven't picked the game up yet, Ibrahim, all I can say is, and you can speak to anybody in chat right now, they'll agree, Mortal Kombat 11 is the fighting game for you to pick up. And after going down in that second round, Dizzle is just basically going ham and is about to finish it off with a crushing blow. Knowing Dizzle, there's a teabag coming up. Yep, there we go.
There we go. Dizzle is no stranger to the Salt series.
Not at all. Gets the down, down, down one fatality as well.
He was just playing. He was playing very methodically, and he was very strong. He wasn't taking any chances.
Well, I think that's how the game of Dizzle has evolved, Para, because I think maybe 3 months ago there were more unsafe things happening on screen, so it was very easy to pick your moments against Dizzle, whereas now, like I said before he started playing, his neutral game has become that much better, his options have become that much more effective. He's gone for the Robocop pick. Now this is going to be quite interesting because we were talking about zoning.
Is this a zoning variation?
I'm not sure which variation he's gone for, but knowing Gordy...
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It is the zoning.
So this might be a little bit difficult for Aaron to get around, and he's going to probably have to use his forward 4 quite a bit just to close the space between himself and a full screen Robocop.
I think so, and I wonder if this... I don't think the forward 4 can go over this low shot, so it might actually be the best zoner for Aaron, for this variation of Aaron.
Okay, let's see what... Okay, so this is where Dizzle wants to be against this particular Robocop here.
Totally.
So you see, he's just in that range, Para, where he's 1 or 2 steps away from just being out of Robocop's range, but close enough to, even if it's as much as taking a forward jump to get into Robocop.
But the main problem I think Ngoni is having now is that he's in the corner.
And that's exactly where Aaron wants him to be.
And no matter how much space he opens up with the gun, Aaron is just a few steps away from cornering him once more.
Well, very, very clever playing coming through here from Dizzle right now, because Robocop's in the corner. And I think that's where he spent the majority of this match. And you see, Robocop even at this point is backing off, where I think, honestly, he should have done exactly what he just did there. Rolled out of the corner, and suddenly he's got Aaron Black in the corner. Now it's going to be a completely different kettle of fish, because Robocop with that flamethrower, his frame advantage is so big.
Yeah,
that he's got
basically that mid that he's doing.
Yeah.
It's a 10 frame mid and it can basically jail you. So you have to take it. Probably the only way out is to do a flawless block up 3 or up 2.
I am authorized.
The second commentator, Chris Nevermore, is the good doctor himself, Paris Sarama himself. So, you know, when we are on PC, there's a bit of limitations in terms of screen, so you won't see as much lazy shakers as what we do on PS4.
Oh,
but,
okay.
I'm going to try and introduce him maybe at least once.
Sure, no worries.
During each set. But we're also not going to go into the camera. It just becomes that much safer to just keep it as clean as possible when you're working on one screen playing on PC. So the down 2 crushing blow comes here from Robocop, and this is a great opportunity for him to actually just... Oh, unfortunately, are we going to see another one? Nope, another down 2. That's what we do see. Gunshots sweeping.
Robocop arguably has one of the best down 2s. I think it's like 8 frames.
Are you serious? That is a quick down 2.
I checked him out because I was thinking of playing with him, so I was looking at Robocop. Oh, he could have finished it with a fatal blow. You think he's hunting for a brutality?
Oh!
Okay, I guess we won't find out.
Unfortunately, whatever he was hunting for, he got a fatal blow from Aaron Black, straight from the Wild Wild West, and suddenly, as we saw in the previous match, we've already got somebody leading by 3-0. The walk down. Not sure what exactly was that, but yeah, if that's going to cause some salt, that's exactly what we saw now. But unfortunately, Dizzle just triggered that fatal blow at the perfect time, because at that very time, that very moment, Ngoni / Deathstroke let go of block, and it cost him the match.
And he remained standing, so that's the worst part. I think he was trying something. He was probably trying to zone him in some way, but it didn't work out. And Ngoni did have the opportunity to finish it with Robocop, and now he's in a difficult position. So he's gonna go with Liu Kang.
He's gone straight for the Shaolin this time. Already having unlocked the...
Is the skin unlocked? No, not yet, eh?
Unless he's already at Demigod
Yeah.
in the Kombat League. I don't think so, but
Okay.
he has it. We're not going to go into detail.
Sure.
Alaric, welcome. Alaric was unaware that I actually dropped the previous YouTube channel, Para, and started the Charlie Wolf channel. So he thought
see.
for the longest time that I just wasn't having any more streams.
You've stopped. Alaric is a player as well. Like he plays for the Soul series and the Steam tournaments before.
He played on the Steam tournaments before. I don't think
Yeah.
he's featured on the Salt series yet.
Okay.
But what we are seeing right now, at least at the beginning stages of this game number 4, is that Deathstroke has already established quite a life lead with this Liu Kang pick.
Yeah.
And he's gone for variation number 1. I still don't know up to this day how to pronounce that, Luan Quan or whatever it's called. But
I can't say for sure either.
but it is one of Ngoni's preferred characters, and I think if round 1 is anything to go by, we can see why.
Yeah, he seems to be quite effective with Liu Kang, but he was caught pressing buttons or not blocking.
This is in fact Aftermath, Ibrahim. This is Aftermath, so in order to get Aftermath, you can either just buy the Aftermath pack on the PS4, Xbox or Steam store, whatever format you play on.
Do you see that, Charlie?
I saw it indeed. Okay, great wake up there, but Dizzle gets the last breath and he's on game point for match number 4. You were going to say, Para?
Final round.
No, I was just gonna say basically that Liu Kang could have been thinking about how to finish this with his fatal blow, and he may have had a crushing blow loaded as well.
See, what we are seeing here is an over-reliance on that forward 4, Para, and I think he's almost becoming somewhat predictable for Dizzle. Because I think every time there is a half opening, Dizzle knows that he's going to expect the forward 4. And as we see there, after going down that first round,
He's adapted. He's basically reading him now. As you were saying, maybe he's noticing the forward 4. At those times, I think it's probably good for Ngoni to think about a throw, since Dizzle just keeps on blocking those forward 4s.
so I wonder what we're going to see now. We've seen 4 different characters and we've seen 4 losses from Deathstroke. Are we going to see Sonya? And is he going to tie himself into Sonya? And I mean, you know, Sonya is probably one of the strongest zoners in the game, Para. And, you know, the problem is that Eren does have that low gunshot. So that low gunshot does low profile the first projectile. But the Amplify is obviously something that he's going to have to consider, and that's exactly what we're seeing on screen right now.
But the deal is that now Sonya has to beat not only this Eren Black, but any other character, including Raiden, who doesn't really have issues with zoning, and if 52 can't pick up Eren Black. So let's see what Ngoni can do.
Okay, whiffing twice. The back one. Okay, so let's see now. Obviously, he's got access to these very quick onion rings. He's got access to the mix-ups. But there, unpunished,
no punish.
Okay, so very convincing stuff there by Deathstroke in that first round of game number 5 here. And I think he's going to want to basically just pick up from where he left off in the previous round in order to close out this one, because Um,
This
Dizzle-
pressure. Yeah, you're saying? Sorry.
No, I was just saying, Dizzle was in a 4 games to nothing lead now, and I mean, now's the time to close out this game. He's established a very quick round 1 victory. He's got a great life lead in this round 2. You know, the last thing he needs right now is nerves.
Yeah, but I don't think it's nerves. I think he's taking his time trying to understand what Ngoni's game plan. It's just that he took a bit long to get it, but he'll certainly use that information for whoever he picks next.
Well, as we can see, that particular variation of Eren Black didn't do too well against the zoning there, Para. So I won't be surprised, even at this stage, if Dizzle's going to go for a character swap.
I'm sure, and I'm sure he'd love to win it with Raiden. So let's see what he does.
Guys, I know I haven't been keeping tabs on the score, but I am updating it now. As things stand now, Dizzle is leading Deathstroke by 4 games to 1. So we've got the Raiden pick, Para, and I think that's what we predicted. Raiden obviously a little bit more comfortable with the zoning. He's got access to that very quick teleport.
But I'm sure Ngoni is ready, and he shows it. Aware of the throw after the back 1-2, neutral ducking and punishing.
Mashing the down 1 there. Oh, let's go block. Unfortunately, there was an opportunity to punish there. I think, as everybody should know by now, that last hit of that storm cell is in fact a high. Can be neutral ducked into a full combo punish, but unfortunately Ngoni missed out. Okay.
I'm sure Ngoni would love to also do a reverse 5-0. That would be quite salt-inducing in itself.
No, for sure, for sure. It's got a long way to go, unfortunately. Okay, does get the fatal blow eventually.
This will kill.
Will it kill?
Definitely. 100%.
Okay, yeah, I see it now. Oh no!
Oh no! Oh, Sonya's fatal blow doesn't scale that much, so I'm very surprised.
Okay, gets the job done. Fortunately for Deathstroke there, less than 1 life point. So, okay, great punish there. Forces the air escape. Tries it again. Mixes it up this time. Gets a crushing blow.
Crushing blow.
And within a matter of seconds, Dizzle down to about 40% life. "30 members of the Wolf Pack active in chat right now. Thank you so much, guys. We've got Deathstroke going up against Dizzle for Shizzle. Dizzle for Shizzle. I'm just gonna call him Dizzle. And as things stand right now, Dizzle leading Deathstroke by 4 games to 1.
Dizzle's missing his punishes on these when Sonya goes for the overhead string.
The back 1 to 4. Yeah.
Yeah. That's basically what you want.
Okay, great grab kick coming through there from Ngoni. He's gonna really want to close out this match now, but lands the fatal blow. I don't think this is going to kill Para, but it's going to basically put Sonya on life alert.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure about Raiden. Oh, it's very close.
In there.
Whoa.
Okay, gets the forward 2, I think it is, to close out that particular round.
Is this match point?
It's match point for Dizzle right now, and both fatal blows are out of the equation here, so pure skill is going to determine who's going to take this particular round here, Para.
Did you see how Raiden was just biding his time, waiting for the right moment to teleport?
And it's so quick. I don't know what
So
the frame
quick.
data is, and again he misses that punish there, as you were mentioning earlier, Para.
Yeah, and that could change the whole match simply by punishing that. And Ngoni now is just doing it freely because he knows that he just has to block afterwards and he'll be okay.
Okay, goes for the throw here, which is not a throw punish as you saw on screen. Or did you see on screen? Okay, but it's still awfully close here, Para, and this can still go anybody's way. Are we going to see a storm cell? Okay, great finish off there by Ngoni. Ngoni, I'm not sure if you got the memo, my friend, but don't come with your normals at the finish him screen. This is the Salt series. I think he's just relieved more than anything else, Para, that he's not only on the scoreboard, but he's establishing a little bit of momentum now. He's got 2 games straight.
I think he just wants to get to the next match, and he just wants to feel his momentum continue to increase, since he's taken 2 matches, and now he feels that he has a chance in getting a run, like a reverse 5-0.
Well, I think that's what we did expect as well. The character is going to stay exactly the same on screen right now. Jesse Soka, I see you in chat. Thank you so much. Ibrahim Adams getting used to the lingo there, saying GG. Lester, Christian Clay, I see you all in chat. Thank you so much. Dexter Fury rooting for Ngoni.
I think if Dizzle just has to do one thing, is to punish that overhead string from Sonya. I think that would make a big difference in the whole match.
And I wonder if he's maybe thinking, because that string ends up in a mix-up, if he's just relieved that he's blocking correctly, he's actually forgetting to punish.
Yeah, that happens to all of us sometimes when we surprise, but it's been happening too often now in the last game. But let's see what happens in this game.
He's got a little bit of a life lead, does Dizzle. Not too much to talk about. Great teleport there, great timing on the teleport. No bar to amplify that storm cell though. Okay, bar comes this time. Put Sonya in the corner. Sonya is going to get the fatal blow, unfortunately for Dizzle, and on the brink of victory, he finds himself being beaten in that first round of this is, or should be, game number 7 between these 2 guys. So the reverse 5-0 is still very much in effect here, Para. And I think the closer and closer we get to that reality, the more and more pressure is going to be on Dizzle.
Totally, because the more someone is coming back, the more pressure you're under to finish them.
Donovan Murugan, rather late than never, thank you so much for joining us. Okay, the back 1-2 into the 1+3.
If it is a reverse 5-0, this would be the first for the Soul series, I think.
I think it would be, yes. Okay, Ngoni, Deathstroke looking extremely strong here as he closes out that game as well. So after going down 4 games straight, he's now clawing his way back and find himself with a win streak of his own. He's got 3 wins on the trot. And I think the pressure's starting to mount now for Dizzle. I wonder if we're going to see a character swap. He does play the other variations of Eren as well. But against the Sonya, he's got something to think about, because one thing he hasn't been able to do effectively, and that's counter Sonya's zoning.
I think it's not the zoning that's getting Dizzle. I think it's actually the mix and dealing with Sonya's options after these strings. So I think that's the issue, because when Sonya is zoning, he seems to be actually quite patient, and he blocks and he just waits his turn for his teleport, and then he actually does well in those situations. But Dizzle seems to be struggling when Sonya is up close and mixing.
Well, we still got the Raiden pick on screen, and I don't think it's going to change. Better. I don't think it's going to change at all. Dizzle is feeling the heat now, says Tendo. Takujwa rooting for Ngoni.
I think the 52 card pickup is also a good option. Ooh.
Okay, there we are. I lost the sound for a second there, but I see it's back.
I like how Ngoni is playing. He's playing it kind of like Street Fighter, actually. He's moving forward with his fireball.
Amplifies and gets that round as well. Dominic J 5000, good evening combatants, good evening Dominic, thank you so much for joining the stream. Really appreciate the support as always guys. So, you know, since the start of the Charlie Wolf channel, the start of the Salt series, the inclusion of the PS4 guys as well, just thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart, and you guys just rock when it comes to just supporting not just the channel but the FGC Africa channel, the Bloodsport tournaments. We've got a couple of streamers in the community as well. Andy Otam, RDW17, Panda Bear comes to mind. There are a few more as well, Z the Janitor. So just thank you so much for coming and just showing your support as well. Really appreciate it. Dizzle fighting back here.
Yeah, he is. I think while they've been playing, I've been noticing it's changing now, but I've been noticing where Dizzle was struggling. I think he wants to go in, but he doesn't also want to take Sonya's mix, so he's a bit apprehensive.
Well, this is going to be a first for the Salt series if Ngoni is able to pull this off, because a reverse 3-0 is something we see in tournaments quite often, but the reverse 5-0 better.
Yeah, I think it's very uncommon.
Unprecedented as far as the African community is concerned.
But where are the teabags? Where are the brutalities?
Yeah, no, I think I just need to send Ngoni the memo well in advance, because I think he's lost it. And I mean, for those of you guys who have been on the receiving end of Ngoni's trolling, Ngoni is probably one of the biggest trolls in the FGC Africa community, hands down, whether it be PC, PS4, you name it. Ngoni knows how to troll. So the fact that we're not seeing any of that coming out here tonight, 52 card pickup might actually be a very good pick here for the Sonya.
Yeah, totally.
Lucky X777, I played you on PS4 Kombat League not too long ago. My friend, I would love to see you in the Salt series, so please DM me, catch me on Twitter, leave a comment on the stream, but I'd really like to see you in the Salt series in the very near future. And already we're seeing the scud shots coming out now, Paris, so 4 games apiece, but still getting caught by the mix, the low.
I think Sonya's chosen to just go all in on this on this variation of Aaron, not letting him have any space.
Ooh, unfortunately, it's the unsafe stuff going there, and eats another 228 damage, breaks away, and closes out that round.
I think Dizzle is only struggling because he's not punishing Sonya when she does specials or strings. I think if he just does that, it'll put the fear into Ngoni. Okay, we're seeing a change in momentum now.
Again, just biding his time there, waiting for his moment, but unfortunately his life is slowly but surely going down. Got backed up into the corner there, but manages to escape. Okay, this is quite tense, better, because this game can go either way.
This is match point for Ngoni, isn't it?
It is indeed, and should Dizzle close out this round, it will be double match point for these guys. So I think
she's loaded with fatal blow now. She just needs one touch, and it can be a mix. But wait, oh, she didn't commit. Oh, she did commit there.
Dizzle actually threw that game away at the end of the day there, because he had every opportunity to close it out. Didn't convert the back 2-2-2 into the rifle stance, and unfortunately, there we see for the first time Ngoni bringing out the tea bags, the salt bags. And for the first time tonight, guys, you're going to get to see our very own MSI Laser Shaker shaking his booty congratulating Goni 615 for the reverse 5-0, the first time we've seen one on the Salt series, and I think
even
in the work.
in Kombat Africa or the other South African streams, we haven't seen a reverse 5-0, so it's quite something for Ngoni. Congratulations.
Well, I think Goni is going to be feeling extremely happy with that showing after all, because after going through 4 different characters, he eventually found Sonya after going down by 4-0, and that character pick was, the decider. The moment he found Sonya, he realized that Dizzle wasn't punishing any of his unsafe strings. As you mentioned, he's going all out with that, knowing he's probably not going to get punished, and I think at the end of the day, that probably gave him the matches in each of those 5 games that he won. So, heartbreak for Dizzle, but it has to be said, big up to Ngoni for not just putting on a show, but giving us our very first reverse 5-0. Absolutely fantastic to watch.
And I'm sure Dizzle in that last game had more nerves than Ngoni, because being on the he was just so close to winning, and then basically losing all that momentum. It must be like crushing. But as you said, I think that the main difference or the main change he needed to make in that match, in all of the games basically, was just to punish Sonya, and I think that would have made all the difference.
Tendo saying reverse 5-0. Damn. Mpumelelo, welcome to the chat. Clarence Renzo. We will be featuring on the next PC edition of the Salt series, guys, going up against Solomon's 92 on the 6th of August, but more information will get there a bit closer to the time. Little Charles, welcome. Good reverse, giving big update in Ngoni. And Jivan saying next game is going to be super hype, and the next game, Para, is between one or 2 of the OGs of the MK scene in Nevermore and Dexter Fury.
Yeah, you were saying about Dexter that he was in MKX, and we all remember in MKX, but in the Zambian community, Dexter used to be like the best in MK9. So we all remember him in MKX for his Melina, and we are eagerly awaiting Melina's return to MK11. But for now, Dexter will represent another character.
Now he's got extremely nasty looking mean streak Cabal.
I think in his heart Dexter's a Cassie main, but he's just very talented with Cabal.
He is indeed.
Yeah.
And Nevermore, not to take anything away from Nevermore, I remember him for having an extremely wild Kung Lao in MKX days. He would basically be all over the screen, dive kicks, teleports, you name it. He just did it. Started out in MK11 playing Kung Lao as well, but not too long ago, he swapped to Spawn, and probably one of the nastiest looking spawns I've ever seen, not just on MK11 PC, but just MK Africa in general. He is really, really talented with this character, and I think we're going to see an absolutely fantastic, and as Jivan says, super hype match this evening.
Yeah, definitely. With Nevermore, I used to play him endlessly, like in MKX, and he has he has the knowledge. He knows neutral. He knows what to do, and he can change his game and adapt during a set. So this will be quite an epic battle, and we look forward to seeing the Salt in between all of the action as well.
Okay, so Dexter Fury, from what I'm seeing, is going to be occupying player number 1. For now, the left side of the screen, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Seems like that.
Yeah. So Dexter Fury, guys, going up against Nevermore in this first to 5. Nevermore, probably one of the, I won't call it the favorite, but definitely somebody that the PS or the PC community enjoys watching. He's got a different play style. He can be aggressive when he needs to be, but unlike what I remember in MKX, he has quite a bit of patience as well. So, like you said, he understands neutral, he understands spacing, he plays footsies, he has a bit of everything. And at this point in time, he's probably just thinking which character to go for, and he's going for the Shiva pick by the looks of it.
Yeah.
I must be honest with you, this is a bit unexpected from my point of view at least.
I've played his Shiva recently, and his Shiva is good. He knows what to do with her, and he knows how to play neutral with Shiva. So I'm interested to see if Dexter's ready for this.
Well, I see Jivan still in chat right now, so if you are looking for some additional Shiva tech, Jivan, you might find some here coming through from Nembo as well. You know, in preparation for Deck Week Tuesday. Just putting it out there. AK Slay, hey bros, let's grow, let's go. I think that's the new slogan for Fight Club, Para, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, it is. It's the Fight Club. It's our slogan. Let's grow, let's go. Patented and trademarked by AK Slay.
Fantastic work AK Slay doing for the African community as well. So this is a big shout out to AK Slate for everything you're doing to keep Africa growing, to keep Africa going. And you know guys, we're here to help each other. So you guys call, I'll call, and we'll just continue to help and grow and support each other as we continue to grow FGC Africa in general.
So did you see what's been going on? Cabal missed one of his cancels, or I don't know if he's doing it on purpose. I think that was a missed cancel because he didn't have any defensive meter. But Nevermore didn't punish. So let's see how this ends, this round.
Philip Duplessis. What time is Renier? Okay, so Renier is Dizzle for Shizzle. And I think if Philip did come to see Dizzle for Shizzle, unfortunately you just missed the match, Philip. But
that was quite an exciting match.
It was
as
indeed.
well.
It was indeed. So please remember, subscribe to the channel, and you'll have access to this particular rerun the moment it's available on YouTube after the stream. So Dexter Fury having taken that first round there. It was a
Dexter's not allowing Shiva to breathe. It's just in her face all the time, messing with cancels, messing with pokes, messing with normals. Now he's trying to bait a move out.
That's lightning quick cancels coming out there by Nevermore, and it's obviously presenting a very different challenge to Shiva right now, as the brutality is exactly what we're seeing at the end of game number 1 in this particular set. So we wanted salt, guys, and there it is.
There's the salt indeed. And I think also Cabal is also, since the Aftermath patch, and he had like a few universal changes that actually benefits him with the armor breaking move. His armor breaker is very good.
His
so
armor breaker is broken. Come on, that's not very good. That's broken.
I haven't played against Cabal in a while, but I'm sure I'll get a rude awakening when I do.
You know, if you just compare some of the difficult armor breakers that some characters got, if I think about Scorpion for argument's sake, his armor breaker is not the easiest armor breaker to get out.
Yeah, it isn't.
And if you look at that compared to Cabal, which is just a normal special move.
Yeah, and he can cancel it into his into other things at launch and stuff.
Yeah, so I don't know. That's just my take on it. It's a broken armor breaker.
But some characters had to get the good ones, so I guess he was lucky.
Yeah, but Cabal, I think Cabal was strong before any of the buffs or the patch.
He definitely was. He definitely.
I remember you calling him 2 cents Cabal when he was available in the demo. What did with the
Oh yeah.
when they only released 5 characters. We've got Spawn on screen right now, guys. So I must be honest with you, from my perspective, I was really looking forward to seeing this character on stream in this particular match. I'm getting to see it right now. Dexter leading by 1-0 right now, so I'll Spawn already suffering 312 damage to start off. Again, that lightning quick cancelled, and unfortunately Nevermore going for the unsafe stuff.
Yes, I think in general Spawn has to refrain from the overhead until he can condition the opponent to block low, or he can just whiff punish with back one.
Lightning quick cancels. I mean, that's probably one of the most impressive cancels that I've seen in a long time. He landed it there, but unfortunately didn't commit to the overhead and avoided or missed out the chance to get some big damage there, Para.
Yeah, and he's actually plus during these cancels, most of them. He's not like with most characters in this game, they're a bit negative or something, but with Cabal is actually plus on most of his cancels.
That's interesting. The road down 2 there connects. Escape failed. Unfortunately, Spawn does not have, I don't think, the crushing blow, except for the one in the corner, Para. The forward throw with Spawn facing the corner.
That's a crazy crushing blow.
That's a fantastic crushing blow if you're looking to eat damage with the opponent not having any breakaway meter.
And it'd be nice also just to have fatal blow option available for extra damage.
Well, Spawn, as you mentioned before, you know, Nevermore was able to adjust, and it looks like he's doing a fairly good job so far.
Yeah. And this is one of Cabal's issues. He can get zoned out a bit. And that's basically what's happening.
Wave dash coming through there from Nevermore.
He saw that he was gaining Dexter's respect, and he went forward for the throw. There we go.
That's what we came to see, guys. That's what we came to see. Is somebody going to go for a swim? No, it's just a walk down and a smack
punch
through the face. Okay, so 1 game apiece in this first 2-5 set here. So Nevermore made quite a nice adjustment there after going down in that first match. Went for the character swap, left the Shiva, and went straight to Spawn, who I believe is now his main. And I think we saw why.
Yeah.
We saw some serious wave dashes coming through there from Nevermore.
He basically took control of that match.
No, absolutely.
And now we want to see if Dexter can take back control, or will Chris keep it?
Christian Clay, AK Slay, I see General Jaeger in chat right now. Welcome. Thank you so much. 27 members of the Wolfpack right now in chat. Kevin Johnson rooting for Nevermore. 1 game apiece here. Para, what do you think? Any predictions in terms of how this particular first 2-5 set is going to play out?
So far it's very close, and we still haven't seen their other mains, namely Cassie for Dexter and Kung Lao for Nevermore. So I think anything can happen, and this is turning out to be quite an epic match. We can see the adjustments during the set, and now Dexter's trying to get his momentum back.
Okay, some big damage coming through here from Ball. 300, no, 285. Flawless block coming in there. We're going to see some different tech coming through from Dexter here. So as much as Nevermore adjusted in that game number 2, we see
Dexter,
similar adjustments, but
he was just 1 hit away from a comeback.
Is this going to kill? It's Spawn.
I'm not sure.
Spawn
but it's
down
close.
damage. Yep, he's dead.
Yeah,
he's so dead.
Let's see what you look like inside out.
I love the attention to detail with Spawn, the voice. It's amazing what they did.
We see
Mid-set
some
teabags.
mid-set teabags coming through here. So what you were talking about earlier in game number 2 para and conditioning the opponent to block low. Since that first overhead attempt was blocked, every other back one has ended in a low. So
why block high if you're getting free damage on the low? So just keep on going low.
And I think that kind of just, like you say, conditions your opponent, because now when he's expecting the low, the overhead can possibly connect, and that overhead, as we know, para leads to some serious damage.
Totally.
This is variation number 3 of Spawn. Great anti-air. Wow. Unfortunately, he's gonna eat.
Still not paying off, and you don't want to do this against this character.
And that's gonna close it, I think. Does indeed. So
That's all he needed.
That
One
breakaway
mistake.
attempt was the difference between winning and losing that match, because that breakaway attempt, suddenly you eating 400 damage, para, and that's exactly what Nevermore suffered in that round. So he doesn't have access to his fatal blow, but he does have a bit of a life lead now, which might disappear very shortly.
But even before that, the fact that he did that overhead, that was basically the difference in that sequence, I think.
Should have just opted for the low again.
I think so. If you're just getting that free damage and Dexter didn't have that much life left, it's just better to just go for the low all the time. Because the low is also safe.
Great throw there. It's actually the first throw we've
This
seen
is such a
this round.
close match, such a close game.
He's actually perfectly positioned to zone Cabal out here. But he does have to watch out for that fatal blow, which is lightning quick.
On reaction, he can do it.
He misses the fatal blow, and Nevermore will be happy with that. The turbo teabags coming into effect right now. Are we going to see anything else? A fireball for good measure. Okay, so after going down with the Shiva picking game number 1, Nevermore has turned the tide a little bit here, now taking a 2-1 lead over Dexter Fury. Spawn looking like the right choice here so far, para.
I think so. I think it's just that control that he has with Spawn. Because even the round that Dexter did win with Cabal, it was basically off a mistake that Spawn made. And if Spawn or Chris just keeps control with if Chris just keeps control with Spawn, then it's becoming very difficult for Dexter's Cabal.
Somebody seems to like the new stages that Aftermath has provided, because we've seen the Deadpool, and now we're seeing, as we did in the previous match, we're seeing the, gosh, what is the name of the retro cage? There we go.
Retro cage, that's my favorite stage.
You like to go down memory lane to
I
the
do.
arcade.
I do.
Round 1. Fight.
Okay, one of the tools that I won't even call it the tool, just one of the advantages I think he has is he probably has one of the best movements in this game. He's got quick dashes, he's so quick across the screen, probably himself and Fujin, probably the two best moving characters in the game.
I think that's true. And then from the original cast, I think it's Kotal Khan and Shao, and then maybe an honorable mention for Sub-Zero.
Yeah, for sure. I was just gonna say that now, yeah. Great grab tech there, but unfortunately eats the jumping 2 into a full combo punish there. 252 and corner position for Dexter. Okay. Good wake up. Doesn't go for the overhead this time, keeps it safe. But unfortunately still suffers at 1-1-1, and Dexter takes that particular round.
Dexter clutching it out, and I think he just wants to pressure Spawn, not giving much space to work, because Spawn is very good in the neutral, and he just has so much control. So I think Dexter doesn't want him to have that, wants to put him in the corner, and then do cancels pressure and outspace him with Cabal's good normals as well.
Great pressure in the corner coming through here from Spawn, but unfortunately jumps straight into the corner himself.
I think he was looking for the crushing blow throw.
Okay, but I think at the end of that day, that round didn't go too bad in from Nevermore's perspective.
Fight.
Fairly
Yeah.
good health lead, about 70% life still remaining. One round apiece. Great anti-air there using that amplified projectile. Only 117 damage, but that's all going to count. Great grab tick as well. It does seem that Nevermore really came prepared for this particular match because I know that he's been playing Dexter quite a few times in private matches in the week leading up to this particular Salt Series event. So I think both players are fairly knowledgeable of the other's playstyle.
Yeah.
And it seems like at this point in time at least, the ascendancy is with Nevermore.
They're not strangers to each other.
Really
and-
not. And it shows, it shows.
Yeah.
Oh, great anti-air there coming from Dexter, but...
Ooh.
Ooh. I almost wanted to
Anything can
say
happen,
Finish him.
and it did.
The down two, the brutality comes into effect there, and unfortunately for Spawn, that down two was probably not the best thing to do in that situation. It was a punish. You could
Yeah.
have gone
And then
for
also
one-
the overhead again.
Yeah, absolutely, and I mean that overhead would have punished as well into a fatal blow, and this game would have gone completely different. But it's 2 games apiece.
Yes. I'm not sure if sometimes Dexter has been blocking the lows, and that's why Chris is going for the overhead at times. So I haven't seen it. As far as I could see, the low kept on hitting. So I'm not sure why he was opting to go for the overhead. Maybe it was just a read in the moment.
Shao Kahn's
Well, he's gone for Kung Lao this time around now, Para, and wonder if this is a wise choice because he actually seemed extremely comfortable with that spawn. So I'm not sure what would have made him want to change characters. I mean, obviously he's extremely comfortable with Kung Lao. So I'm not sure if he's seeing something that Dexter's doing that he feels more comfortable punishing or making the most of it with the Kung Lao pick, but we'll wait and see.
The way I see this is that I think Chris just wants to see how Kung Lao would do in this match, and this is the right time to make that choice. You don't want to make it as the last character and not be sure. So I think that's what this is about.
Andy Otem asking in chat, what did he miss? Well, you missed a whitewash and an extremely exciting, unprecedented reverse 5-0. That's as typical in odds as I can give you there, Andy Otem. Andy Otem,
Yeah.
our resident Kotal Khan main, and has a YouTube channel as well, guys. Please check him out. Got some
Mr.
wonderful
Make Us
videos.
Smile.
Mr. Make Us Smile himself. And right now the Kung Lao pick from Nevermore seems to be making Dexter Fury smile because looking extremely comfortable, working on the floor this year, doesn't get it, but life lead, very convincing life lead.
Did you see that Cabal did a back one into the dash?
Was it the one hit confirmed there, better?
Yeah, Cabal in this variation can do those one hit confirms.
And that's going to close it out. So we're seeing adjustment upon adjustment upon adjustment here because after going down by 1 game to 0, Nevermore then turned it around and made it 2-1. We saw an adjustment coming through from we see a Mercy as well.
Ooh.
So this tells me that Dexter's confidence is sky high right now.
Yes, I think he feels in total control of this matchup.
Oh, but unfortunately
But
that might come
let's see
back
if
to bite
he's...
him.
Oh, didn't play out well.
Not at all. And now he's used his fatal blow as well.
Fight.
So maybe not the wisest thing to do there, but let's see.
But it just creates more fun and excitement, doesn't it?
No, from an audience
What?
perspective, I mean,
Yeah.
goodness.
Too slow.
And then the other question is, has Chris adjusted with Kung Lao to this match?
Well, the way this round is going right now, the kind of answer I'm looking is probably no.
Yeah, seems that way.
Breaks away at the very end, and Dexter closes it out. No brutality coming through. Oh, there is a brutality.
There we go.
Can't anyone stop me?
They should give Kang an overhead uppercut, says Kevin Johnson in chat.
Yeah, I agree with you, Kevin. Sounds like a very good idea.
Okay, so as things stand right now, Dexter Fury now leading Nevermore by 3-2.
Yeah, but these are close games. These games are not free.
I think what we're going to see now is Nevermore probably going very straight back to the spawn pick.
I think it did serve him better, and it was much more competitive. But it seems that Chris has some faith in Kung Lao and basically feels that he could have played it differently. And let's see what he brings in this game.
Personally, I would have liked to have seen Spawn again. I do feel that he was probably playing his best from what I've seen in the set so far, using the Spawn pick. We saw Shiva, didn't quite work. We saw Kung Lao in the last game, it didn't work. But the games in between where he chose the Spawn pick, personally, I think that was probably his best chance to get the win. But he might have seen something in the match that we haven't seen.
I agree with you, and I think that basically Chris wants to just try something, and he has the time. He has the option to do it now. So let's see what he brings. I also think the Spawn one was more favorable. AK Slay asks, what is the one hit confirm? So that's the one where Dexter in the last match did a back one into a nomad dash, and basically he has the option to cancel the nomad dash or to go through, and you can hit confirm it on one hit because of the cancel. And for that back one hit confirm, it's one of Cabal's techs that he can do on wake up that nullifies the opponent's wake up attack.
As we were mentioning just before this match, debating as to whether Nevermore was better off with the Spawn pick. We kind of agreed that he might still see something in this match that he likes, but from the outside looking in, it's very difficult to see exactly what. As I'm saying this, Chris is slowly.
It's life. It's typical.
That's a fantastic play there from.
Oh.
Unfortunately, wasted crushing blow there, but that was fantastic play.
Yeah, it was.
Pokes, grabs, a lot of what we see Foxy Grandpa use in these games came out there, and
once Kung Lao gets started, it becomes very difficult.
Kung Lao definitely one of those characters that I think definitely has one of the strongest grab games in MK11.
Yeah, and he's got an auto shimmy, he's got good mids, he's a great character.
Yeah, for sure.
I think he only struggles against zoners.
Too slow.
Super fast cancels coming out yet again by Dexter Fury.
Dexter trying to take control once more, but now he's in the corner and Kung Lao can kill. Ooh.
Great play there from Nevermore, and better. The thing that we were asking ourselves as to whether he saw something in the match that made him believe, there's your answer.
Yeah, I think he just had faith in his Kung Lao and that he could turn it around.
Never mind the teabags, never mind the friendships, never mind the brutalities. He's gone straight for the fatality. Just sending a message to Dexter saying this is far from over. And
Fatality.
yeah, all different parts of Kabbalah are starting to agree with that right now.
Yeah, all over the place with the PC graphics. You can see everything. It's like so clear, high definition, guts and gore.
I'm sure a couple of the PS4 guys are saying, Parrot, just keep quiet.
I'm just describing what I see.
Okay, so it's 3 games apiece, and I mean, you know, like the previous game, Parrot, excitement through and through between these two guys.
Yeah, and we knew, I think when we were both speaking about making this match, we knew it was going to be like one of these kinds of matches.
Nevermore my hero, but I still have... Jivan has salt with everybody. I think Jivan just likes to be on stream.
There we go, Christian Clay saying I should keep quiet about this PC stuff.
Okay, so we've got Kung Lao going up against Cabal. I wonder if we're going to see any characters swaps from Dexter should there be an opportunity to switch characters yet again. But again, as Ngoni says in chat now, insane matches. And I don't think anything's going to change now in Ngoni. I think the 6 games that have already passed have been absolutely close, absolutely hype, fantastic. And I don't foresee any changes in this particular match. Same characters. Emperor Enzo is in chat, not in the YouTube chat, but on Steam chat, just asking for my attention. So I hope he's ready. Because I see Tanashi's already online. And
I don't think he needs to, but I think if it doesn't go well for Dexter in this game, he may go Cassie. But I don't think he needs to. I think in this game it's clear that it's just the way you're playing your character, and let's see how it turns out. Dexter didn't choose to use his crushing blow on the breakaway at that point, but and now loses the first round.
Fight.
He's going in, attacking, pressure, not wanting Kung Lao to breathe. I don't know if this is the right option. I think it might be better for him to play more of a neutral game with Cabal against Kung Lao and outspace him with Cabal's fantastic normals.
Well, he's got such serious range on so many of his normals, better the back one, the jumping two.
Exactly. And I think this is the type, this is against Kung Lao is when you want to use it.
Looking to close out this match. Not just yet, still 55 life points to... Whoop. Not gonna kill, but again, puts Dexter in life alert right now.
And Chris wants to finish this game now. Okay. But he has used his fatal blow and now is without that resource at the end of this 3rd round. So let's see how Dexter approaches this now. The great thing about Kung Lao, about Cabal's projectile, is that it causes a knockdown. So it can just help him get in when he wants to, or stay wherever he wants. He has so much of head advantage.
The easiest, most broken, armor-breaking move in the game. Comes to the rescue there for Dexter Fury, because as things stand now, Dexter is about to close out this particular match. And I think that's going to just about do it. He gets the brutality with the low buzzsaw.
Wow. That was a good finish.
It was indeed. And Dexter's now leading by 4 games to 3, if I'm not mistaken, better.
That's right. And now Dexter's putting all the pressure on Nevermore, and Nevermore has to now pick his final character for the set.
And wonder who that final character is going to be. Guys, let's put it in chat. If you think it's going to be Spawn, drop a S. If you think it's going to be Kung Lao, drop a K. But bottom line, whoever he chooses now, this is a must-win game for Nevermore.
It is, and I think Chris will take a bit of time to think, or not. And he's gone straight to Spawn. He wants to finish it off with Al Simmons.
Well, he's
And
still
let's
thinking about
see.
it. He's still thinking about it. So, it's actually what I like to see here is like just taking a moment or two just to make sure that, you know, he's going to be tying himself into the character for the rest of the set. Just making 100% sure that this is in fact the right one to take. And Christian Clay in chat is saying that it looks like he was going to go with Spawn.
Yeah, I think also he could have been taking a bit of time to think about how will he approach this match and the strategy he's going to employ. So let's see what he does.
Okay, Kaboling with the backward throw.
In this match, Cabal doesn't want to be far from Spawn. So and Dexter seems to know that, and he's going immediately in.
Great spacing there. Just a 3-hit combo. Gets the low this time. Oh, this is going to be damaging. Oh, the armor breaker coming into
armor
effect
breaker.
there. 316 damage. Short
The
arms.
first armor breaker in MK11.
Yeah, that was actually the one that caused the meta of the game to change.
Yeah, everyone said they liked it so much, they decided to change it.
But I think when Spawn was the only character to have that, it did seem like a little bit of an unfair advantage that he had access to this move that nobody else had access to, and then suddenly, in the next patch, they gave it to everybody. So
Everybody, it is like basically an episode of Oprah. You get one, and you get one, and you get one, and you get one.
but I definitely think it has helped the game a little bit.
Yeah, I think it's just made it more interesting.
Al Simmons with the John Cena move there, you can't see me. Unfortunately, Dexter Fury saying, you know what, just give you a punch to the face and I'll be able to see you.
So we
this time
see
and gets
Cabal
the
block
punish,
low there.
And he got
Yeah.
the punish.
Nevermore can make it safe if he enhances it. But I wonder if he'll be
think the
looking to
range-
finish it off with a hit confirm into a fatal blow now. I don't think he wants to zone. Okay, he does zone.
Okay, moving his way in and closes it out. And guys, this has gone all the way to the very last game. So, like the previous one, it's now 4 games apiece.
Yeah,
Between
and
these two
it's
guys.
basically been, they've more or less been trading match for match throughout. So we'll see what's going to happen in the final game.
Well, chat, I do hope that you're enjoying this particular match, because I tell you, from a commentator's perspective, this is an absolute joy to watch. These
Yeah, this
two
is awesome.
guys are going toe for toe. How do they say? Toe for toe against each other. I'm lost
I think
for words here.
was it toe to toe?
Something
It's
to
like
that effect.
in boxing when they're slugging it out.
There we go. Pardon the excitement, guys. The excitement has basically allowed me to lose my English.
And now Dexter's bringing Cassandra Cage.
Won't call it the big guns, but he's bringing out the guns. I can tell you that much.
Oh, she is the big
Digital-
guns for Dexter. I think, as you can see on his combat card, she is the one, both the name and the picture.
Yeah, I think that's about as convincing as you can get. So Cassie coming through here.
I respect a fellow soldier.
I think Cassie probably just told Cabal, okay, you just weaken him up and I'll just finish him off. But I think Al Simmons might have something else to say about that. So it is 4 games apiece, guys, between these two Goliaths of Mortal Kombat 11. And yeah, let's see now if Al Simmons is able to get the better of Cassandra Carlton. Am I right there?
Well, I don't know if Johnny's doing the Carlton, but I think Dexter will want to do some caging soon.
Yeah, no, for sure. Great start from Dexter in this first round here, this final game
And
of the set.
as you can see, he's much more in control of the neutral with Cassie, with the gunshots, with the mids.
Round 2.
Ngoni saying the Salt series is insane. Thank you so much, Ngoni. I'm glad you're enjoying it. And to the 32 of you guys who are still here tonight, guys, it is match number 3. We've still got one more match coming up after this. The Battle for Zimbabwe, Emperor Enzo going up against FTS, Tinashi. But before we get there, we still have potentially 2 rounds to make it through. Okay.
Also, Ngoni, thank you for our game last time. You and Rainier just put on a show. That was a great match.
Oh, and what do we have here? This is interesting.
We have a phenomenon known in Afrika as lag.
Yeah. So, Para, I don't know about you, but I normally go straight for the, let's just start this 4 games apiece, 0 rounds apiece, and just play it out a full match to decide who's the winner. Because I think with that momentum break, it could go in either person's favor. So let's just start it on even grounds, 4 games apiece, get these guys back into the Koth and have these guys play it out again.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
Okay, so who's gone? Nevermore's actually gone.
He's offline, I think.
Okay, so his game could have potentially crashed.
Yeah.
Worst case scenario is if there was a power outage in the area.
Yeah, that would be
So
that
let's
would be
just see
terrible.
if we can get. Oops, game froze. Okay, his game just froze, so I think he'll probably just be starting his game again. If somebody in chat can maybe just send Dexter Fury a WhatsApp message just to say that Chris is coming back, and we'll start that game from 0 rounds apiece, 4 games apiece.
Tando Krotboom has decided to grace us with his presence. Welcome.
I think that the question that everybody has in terms of Tando Grootboom is, who is Take My Throw ZA?
ZA. This is a good question, and it seems like every WhatsApp group Tando goes to, they all say he is Take My Throw, and he says, "What are you talking about? I don't know who this guy is." Well, I think he knows him. He told me and Brandon once that he's the one that like met Take My Throw in Kombat League, but we still yet to see footage of this match. So
Okay, so Chris is saying sorry in chat. So sorry for what? Is he able to join us? Has his computer frozen? Let me just
I still can't see him.
check in with him.
Oh, I found him. He's online.
Is he online?
Yeah. And now he started MK. Okay, I'm inviting.
Okay, so guys, while we was waiting for Nevermore to join us again, what you've missed so far, if you just, I see a couple of new guys. I see Ashton Thunder joined us recently. Yeah, so if you've joined us just now, what you have missed is Mr. Jivs in game number 1, taking it 5-0 over Art Department. A Shiva dishing out so much pain to all variations of Kitana.
She was just rebelling against the Khan.
Yeah, no, completely. She just decided Sindel has been brought back from the dead. I've been a protector since day 1. I couldn't care less about Kitana right now. Dished out the 5-0. Thank you very much, Art Department. But Mr. Jiv's taking that game number 1. We then saw, for the first time in FGC Africa history, Dizzle My Nizzle went up against Ngoni 615, aka Deathstroke. Dizzle took a 4-0 lead. Ngoni then swapped to Sonya and basically reversed 5-0'd Dizzle My Nizzle. Nevermore is back in the
and
lobby.
then basically he's back for this game, which is now, is it 4-4?
It's 4-4. It's 4-4 as things are right now.
So that's as good as it gets.
No, absolutely. I don't think we could have asked for anything else.
And both characters are playing with their mains, so let's see how this ends.
Okay, so guys, unfortunately, you know, this is one of the things that us as the PC community struggle with quite often, and that's desyncs and disconnects and Steam issues, etc. But we're back. It's 4 games apiece. These guys are starting this match number 9 from scratch, so 0 rounds apiece.
I think these DCs and stuff have improved, so maybe these PC patches and stuff are doing something to improve it.
They definitely have improved. I mean, since the early days of MK11 on PC, where it was almost a nightmare, it's definitely been quite an experience, and it's actually nice to see NRS actually give the PC guys a bit of love.
That was an optimal Cassie combo there.
Okay, I'm not too sure what's happening right here.
I think Dexter's controller seems to have died or something.
Okay. I wonder if Nevermore was trying to give Dexter the first round.
Yeah, I think Nevermore is messaging me and asking about that. What do you think?
Let him take the first round. Okay, he's asking for it, so... Okay, so as per Nevermore's request, they're going to continue from where they left off, with Dexter being in a 1-round lead. Okay, so this is where it disconnected. This is the exact situation. Dexter Fury on match point, and Nevermore hopefully going to try and do his utmost to at least get this next round.
Dexter also being nice about it and giving him space as he's walking out of the corner.
Oh, there's a nice slashing blow coming out there, just under 300 damage from Spawn. Okay,
so even though this is a Soul series, both guys trying to keep it fair.
Just missed that armor breaker there, Para.
Yeah, I saw that. Also, another thing, Dexter's doing these optimal Cassie combos. Ooh.
Okay, this is tense.
Anything can happen.
This is tense. Not done just yet, but it's match point for both players. Let's go. I think, if anything, guys, for us to see this in the Soul series, 2 games running, I think it's absolutely fantastic, especially for us as the viewers.
Yeah.
We came here to see some intense Mortal Kombat 11 action. That's exactly what we're seeing.
These guys can just ask, are you not entertained?
Yeah.
Are you not entertained?
Absolutely fantastic. And I mean, unfortunately, Para, in these situations, there can unfortunately only be one winner.
That is unfortunate, but it is the sad case of competition in general.
Nah, for sure. And Dexter closes that out with Cassie. So he's brought out the big guns. He's probably going to see a... I was going to say going to see a Mercy. No, we're not. We're going to see a Fatality. Straight
Fatality.
Kick up the nuts.
There we go.
Oh, there's some salt for you guys.
Yeah. Do you see Spawn's skull has like these fangs and stuff? That's quite interesting. You remember Predator in MK11? It was always interesting to see what sort of skull he's gonna put on the mantle. So they haven't forgotten it in this game.
Not at all.
By the way, in Kombat Afrika next week, we're going to be debuting a new type of match. We're calling it Mercies and Brutals, and basically in this match, it's going to be a 1-to-5 fought by the Shalzable and the only Yonko, which is Zengani. And in this match, basically, it's still a 1-to-5, but in order to get a game, you have to either win by mercing the opponent first and then killing them, or by brutalitying them. If you do a brutality, you shortcut and you don't need to do the mercy. And if the opponent happens to win after getting mercy, then they have to mercy back or do a brutality. So then the opponent could go straight for a brutality and then just win it without having to do a mercy. So I thought it would be an interesting system for one of the matches in Combat Africa, and the Shelzable and the Only Yonko are going to show us their stuff next week. And then now I think we have the Zimbabwean Battle of the Ages.
Battle of Zimbabwe, yes. I'm actually just sending out the invites now, Para.
Okay, thank you.
So we've got Emperor Enzo going up against FTS Tinashi.
Yes, and Andy Otam is here for his countrymen, and he's gonna. I wonder who he's supporting actually. Let's ask him. Andy, who are you backing? Is this a sensitive question?
That's a good question.
Yeah. And then we also have next week Charlie Wolf versus Mr. Jeeves.
Mr. Jeeves and his very difficult looking Shiva.
Yeah.
I might be calling a certain somebody over the weekend to give me some tips on Shiva. I'm not going to say woo, but just saying, just putting it out there, Mr. Jeeves. Be prepared.
Does he have a number in his name?
Does he have a number in his name?
Yeah. In his,
no, he doesn't actually.
no.
Eh? He doesn't.
Oh, okay. Could it be someone who plays with
Liu Kang
Kung
and
Lao?
Scorpion.
Oh, is it?
Let's just see. Okay, these guys are in the Koth lobby right now. They are ready to go. We've got Enzo on the left of the screen. We've got Tinashi on the right. So let me just put that up there for you guys to see what we're seeing as well.
We've already had a DC. I'm gonna invite him back.
Okay, so now this is the issue that we were made aware of before the match. Emperor Enzo did indicate that he is having a little bit of issues.
Did you get a look at his ping
Unfortunately,
in the
I
card?
didn't.
Okay. So let's see. Takudzwa, who's also from Zim, is backing Tinashe. Tinashe, as you see, is rocking the FTS banner, means for the Shaolin, and basically it started when me and him were playing a lot in MKX back in the day.
Okay, let's just see if I can get a look at this ping. Okay, the ping looks fine. It's 66 with Emperor Enzo and 83 with Tinashi, so it's definitely not a ping issue from the looks of it. It could be a connection issue though, a connection type issue. So let's hope.
Could be a stability problem, yeah.
Okay, so Tinashi
JB2.
is going for first round knockout.
Mm-hmm.
A character we don't see too often, I don't think, Para.
No, we don't.
Not as much as we used to in the early days of MK11.
Yeah, it used to be the preferred Jackie variation until Upgraded showed up. This variation is still very lethal with its crushing blows. So let's see what Jackie can do about this guy from Gotham City.
Okay, I just got a message from Emperor Enzo now saying that him and Tinashi are using the same ISP. They're in the same country, so hopefully it leads to a very stable and decent connection, decent view for all the viewers concerned. A little bit of lag coming through there, but I don't think anything to be overly worried about. Great anti-air.
Nice anti-air, yeah. So Tinashe already loading up that crushing blow with the backward throw from the clinch.
Just keeping Jackie in the corner as Emperor Enzo. Mishek Kubamombe. Sub gents, welcome to the chat, my friend. I think he goes by SNK Saitama if I'm not mistaken.
That's correct. And his fighting names have to either do with with One Punch Man, either Saitama or Lord Boros-sama.
I think that he plays on both the PC as well as the PS4.
Yeah. On PC, it's Boros,
Yes,
I think.
yes, that's correct.
Yeah. So Emperor Enzo takes the first round. Now Tinashe or Jackie has the Joker in the corner, and I think he just wants to keep him there.
Joker just trying to poke his way out, and this is the damage variation of Joker. It doesn't capitalize on the damage, but 257 not too bad for 1 bar of meter.
Yeah. And Emperor Enzo careful not to do the launcher on block, because Jackie could definitely just dash punish it. Emperor Enzo playing very well,
Right?
and could finish it. Ooh. Tinashe could have hit confirmed the fatal blow.
Not just yet. Wake up. Yes, wake up indeed. And Emperor Enzo takes that first game. That was like a play-by-play there. I actually called that.
Yeah, you did.
That was rather
You
impressive.
said the wake up before it happened.
Well, Emperor Enzo, I think, if I'm not mistaken, Para, is actually making his debut on stream.
Yes, I think I asked you about him because I was messaging him sometime back, and he seems like he has a lot of passion for the game. So I was just eager to see what he can do in MK.
Now, we've actually played each other quite a few times, especially in the earlier days, and he used to lab quite often against Atrocity, probably about 6 months back.
Okay.
And it was during that time when I realized that in Emperor Enzo we've actually got a very talented MK11 player. The only problem is that his connection is not always stable, and as a result I probably haven't seen him play as much as I would have liked to, but as we've seen there,
Round 1.
no slouch in MK11.
Yeah, he knows what's up, and he's trying to bring the pain with the Joker.
Jivan saying if Emperor Enzo is unable to play, I need to play Tinashe because he needs some data on me. Not gonna happen, Jivan.
Jivan just eager for another battle. But Jivan, you have to prepare yourself for the wolf. It's coming for you next week.
I think he's coming for me. He's been calling me out since forever.
He has.
Okay. Great duck. A little bit of lag coming in. It's probably taking away some of the excitement here, because you know you hate to see a great a high quality match like what we're seeing on screen right now being, you know, hampered by a little bit of lag spikes. Never great to see.
Tinashe with a great play. He just walked back and shimmied Emperor Enzo into that down 2, and then punished him with the forward 2 crushing blow.
Oh, that is going to hurt. That is going to hurt indeed. 396 damage for 1 bar of meter. That's Joker Madman for you.
Indeed. You used to play this, I remember.
Very early days, yeah.
Yeah. I think I didn't know what was going on when I met you once. I think he just came out or something, and I hadn't even looked at him. And then I met you in Kombat League, and then I picked Cassie, and then I was just keeping you away. I was like, no, get away, get away. They're lagging quite a bit
so
now.
unfortunate, yeah. It's quite bad actually. Funny thing about Enzo is he acts like he is a noob when he isn't,
Finish it.
says Andy Otam.
Cassie Cage wins.
Okay, so what do you suggest, Pat? I mean, I think these guys are both eager to play. They're definitely able to play, but the experience is probably not as great as what I think any of them would have wanted it to be, just because of the lag.
I'm just gonna message Emperor and ask him. He says it's all good.
Okay. So they're happy, then we're happy. Terry
Yeah.
Cluter, Lag Vengeance,
What's up?
Stefanto in the house. Thank you so much for joining us. Okay, if somebody can please just inform both FTS Tanashi and Emperor Enzo that we do not allow any porn downloads while Mortal Kombat 11 is taking place. So
But you see how Emperor Enzo's changing now, whereas with Jackie, he didn't do that launcher on block. With Cassie, Digital Soldier, he doesn't mind. He's aware of the matchup. He's aware that Cassie can't do that much with it or against it.
yeah, I don't even think the back three of Cassie is able to reach him with the blocked boxing gloves there.
Yeah, it's quite a bit of distance that he
Yeah.
put.
And I mean, Jackie makes up that distance very quick with a dash punch, so obviously
Yeah.
that matchup knowledge coming in here from Emperor Enzo.
Ooh.
Oh, great
Ooh.
down two, and we're gonna
But
see. Oh,
That was a dangerous throw by Tinashe.
oh, that is the boxing glove straight into the Punani, and unfortunately for Cassie,
It's over.
Joker has taken that round, so I think he stole that round at the end.
He did, but Joker can always steal it with either that throw or the cancel into a mid, into an auto shimmy. He just has so many options.
Takudz saying that he suspects Tanash is the one downloading some 4K hentai.
Okay, we'll have to ask him about that.
You can ask him. You can ask him. I'll just keep it Mortal Kombat 11.
We have to. Otherwise, as commentators, what are we doing?
Yeah, no, for sure. Okay, so great round there by Cassie. Just about ready to close it out. And does so with the kneecapping.
Wow, that was quite a dominant round by Tinashe.
No, for sure. One round apiece, one game apiece. Game can go either way.
So it seems that Cassie's a pretty good pick for this Joker so far. Even though we can't do much about that, the mids and the zoning is seeming to be enough.
Oh, cancels into the gunshots, amplified.
I think this is the second or third time he's doing that. It's paying off for him. So I think he's just... Why not?
Well, I don't think it's something that we see too often.
It's quite unsafe. I don't think it jails, so you can just neutral duck it and punish or poke or whatever. Who else does Emperor Enzo play? Do you think
he plays quite a bit. He plays some very rarely seen variations of characters as well. He plays the pitch black noob Cybot. He
I'm
also
just gonna remind these guys about the salt. Okay, carry on, Charlie.
yeah, so he plays the noob Cybot.
Daddy's girl.
Sorry, I got messages from somebody. I'm not sure who exactly.
Old school combat.
He also plays the Squander variation of Collector.
Ah, I know that variation. He's gone with
He's
Cortal Khan.
Round
Sorry, you were saying?
fight.
It is Afrika is joined the chat. First time I see your
Welcome.
name in chat, so welcome to you.
So he's gone with Bullock.
Now I've seen him play Bullock as recently as yesterday, and again, very impressive from what I've seen at least.
Loading up the totems.
That's the damage buff, right? I mean, they understand.
Yeah. Yeah, that bright one is the damage buff.
Good blocking, good defense coming in there from Kotal as well.
I wonder if Tanasha is aware of the flawless block gap. Yeah, with the discus.
How are you guys doing? We're doing absolutely fantastic. It is Africa. I hope you guys are doing well as well. 34 members of the Wolf Pack at this stage of the evening. Thank you so much. We're seeing a fatal blow coming through here from Cassie Cage. Doesn't kill, and a straight down 2 for Troubles.
Yeah.
Okay,
And Cassie manages to win the first round.
And yet I'm obviously quite excited to be seeing seeing
Kota.
Khan himself on screen right now.
It is Africa. Are you from? You're from Africa, but are you playing MK11 with in PC or PS4 or Xbox? What's your interest in the game?
And Leo Tam saying he's extremely excited, but he's already spotting the total mistakes coming out here.
Of course, he has to. He is a character specialist himself.
Oh, even the lag didn't stop him from converting that combo there, Para.
Yeah, that's the optimal Cassie combo.
Great interrupt there. Back 3 into the kneecapping, and Tinash is now taking a 3-1 lead.
And it seemed like in that match he had no problems dealing with Kotal, so he has some Kotal experience. So maybe Emperor is going to choose another character?
Well, as
Does
I
he
mentioned
main
before,
anyone in particular, Carlo?
That's the thing. I've seen him play so many characters. Unfortunately, it's very difficult for me to say who his main is.
Oh.
I know I saw a lot of Noob Cybot in the early days, but like I say, it was in the early days.
So I think Emperor Enzo feels that his Emperor Kotal Khan didn't show exactly what it's about, so maybe now he wants to do things a bit differently. So let's see if he can do it and bring it back.
DJ Pushkin, welcome to the chat. Rather late than never, my friend. Always good to have you here. Coming to view what's happening on stream. Thank you for your support.
Fight.
Enzo Picalectus says Takutwa. There's no salt here today. This is the pepper series, says Terry Kluti.
I did tell them about the salt. I think these guys are forgetting it.
Well, I think in so many of the matches, I mean, even in the match between Dexter and Nevermore, yes, it was the Salt series, but I think, you know, apart from the, you know, the fun side of it and just getting under your opponent's skin, I think both of them actually wanted to win that match. So, at one point, you know, they transcended Salt and they actually just wanted to get as serious as possible because
that was a very good high-level match,
No, absolutely.
as you're saying.
So I think more than, you know, putting on a show for the audience and just bringing that salt, they actually wanted to make sure that they bring in their best foot forward as well. And I think that's what we saw from just about all the matches here tonight. And I mean, even this match where unfortunately Lag is going to be the victor.
They're seeming to be testing the lag.
Yeah, either that or they're wanting to just practice their teabags, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I did tell Emperor to practice a bit of teabags, so maybe that's what he's doing.
Okay, you hate to see it, Karen. But obviously from an audience perspective, this is probably not the type of connection that they wanted to see in an online match.
Yeah, this is true, and like, you know, everyone always uses you hate to see it, you like to see it, whatever. But this is the stuff I truly hate to see it. I truly hate, like, lag, and where we don't actually get to see the competition being played at the level we want.
Total does like Cassie, it's revealed in one of his intros.
Man, Kodal must be happy with Jade. She's really fine, so there's no need to be worrying about Cassie now.
You don't know, eh? You don't know. Kotal, there might be a reason why he went all the way through the soul chamber there. He might want to get a bit more youth. But I can imagine Jade is a little bit older than Cassie. A little bit, couple of 100 years older maybe.
Yeah, I think so. All of those guys from Outworld, they're a bit on the older side.
Okay, so there, he's got the memo. He's definitely got the memo. Emperor Enzo saying, you know what? It's the Salt series. Let me bring some. And chat, if you can please answer DJ Pushkin's question in chat. I think he's asking something about. Let's just see. I wanted to ask, why is it so hard to play with the bros in Africa from Asia? If somebody can please just explain to DJ Pushkin, where is DJ Pushkin from? DJ Pushkin's actually somebody who reached out to me in a comment on a previous YouTube video.
Oh, I see.
But
So he must be a subscriber.
Yeah, he is. He recently subscribed. Thank you so much for that, DJ Pushkin. So the score right now is 3-2 in favor of Tinashe. Let's just see if I can get this names. Sorry guys, you're not going to hear any sound coming through from the in-game audio just yet, but I'm going to fix that up shortly. There we go. Okay,
So Tinashe keeping with his Cassie pick and basically gonna try and get back another win with Cassie versus Kodal. But it seems that Emperor Enzo is quite patient and willing to get these totems up so he can do the greater damage with the damage buff.
Okay,
The
so-
totems... Sorry, you're saying?
No, I was just going to say, DJ Pushkin actually just clarifying in chat that he's actually from Zimbabwe as well, but he's in China at the moment.
So he might be one of Andy's connections, because I think Andy had a similar story, if I remember correctly.
Okay, I think that's going to do it for that particular round there. Tinashe taking that round. But definitely, you know, apart from the lag that's really interrupting the flow of this match, and we see it again at the beginning of that round, definitely the matches itself becoming a much more closer affair now.
I think so. I think this match between these two guys is quite close in general, and I think it's very good, and we're gonna see what Tinashe can do. As you can see, Kodal's not taking that much damage with his sunlight, so that was quite a clever move.
But I think that's where this particular variation, and I suppose the kitty cat variation as well, totemic variation.
Yeah.
If they do find themselves in the corner, they can call out that guard ray. It basically comes out exactly where Kotal is standing, and he probably takes less damage than what he dishes out. So
Yes.
Final round.
definitely a final boss character is Kotal Khan in the corner.
You can only imagine if he has a sunlight with defensive totems, then he's probably gaining life while he's taking a combo. Andy can confirm if I am right about that.
Shiva stomped Shank, bro. Oh, okay. I see where that comment is coming from. People in chat obviously extremely impressed with the showing of Mr. Joe's a bit earlier in the evening here, Para, and you know, probably a great opportunity for me to just hype that up as this match is about to get closed out. Which way it's going to go, only time will tell, but it goes the way of Emperor Enzo. And I'm sure he's going to do all sorts of funny teabag shenanigans and salt-inducing. Let's just see if our good friend over here is available. Yep, he's still around. He's still very much around. MSI Laser Shaker just making a very rare appearance in this evening's broadcast.
Yeah, and you were saying basically that that it does even more damage to the opponent. So when the opponent is doing a combo on Kodal, they're actually getting more damage done to them because of sunlight.
Mini me. Cool.
Okay, it's
Is it 3-3?
3 all
Okay.
indeed, yeah. So I think Imre Enzo is just asking somebody to
Yeah.
clarify.
I told him.
Okay, perfect. That's Salt Shaker.
Creepy as fuck.
MSI.
MSI
Is it-
Salt Shaker. MSI
I
Laser
see.
Shaker. There we go.
Okay.
That's one guy. 1, 2, 3. I'm new here. Welcome. Please, if you are new, do not forget we make content every single week. So if you enjoy content like this and you are enjoying the matches here tonight, please hit that subscribe button, drop a like. It really shows your support to what we as an African community are trying to achieve with MK. And I think with all future NRS titles as well. You know, the channel's about, the official Charlie Wolf channel is just over a month old now. We already, as I look now, Para on 131 subscribers, and we're hoping to grow that even further. So guys, if you are new, please do not be shy. Hit that subscribe button. And who knows, you might even be featuring on a future edition of the Salt series in the very near future.
And Charlie, you were worried at one point when you were making the new channel if you were gonna get your subscribers from your other channels. So I think it was a good decision in the end,
No,
don't you?
Absolutely, absolutely. And I mean, you know, the community's just been absolutely fantastic. Since the channel has been
Fight.
launched, there's been people coming through designing logos, designing banners, designing overlays, providing music tracks. It's just been absolutely phenomenal. So just a big shout out to the entire FGC Africa community, and just the spirit that you guys show. It's just absolutely fantastic. And all I can do from my side is just continue to bring you content like what we've seen here tonight. And what we've seen here tonight has been absolutely fantastic from our point of view.
Yeah, it has been great content. We had our first reverse 5-0 from Ngoni and Dizzle.
And you know, that's yet another title that Ngoni is going to hold, because yes, he was the champion on Steam for the very first tournament, and now he's the first recipient of the Reverse 5-0 award. So, you know, it might take a while before somebody takes that award off him. Oh, great,
Ooh.
great breakaway at the very critical
At
point
the
there,
very end.
and saves himself and takes that round. So, high IQ play there from Imre Enzo.
Emperor Enzo getting a lot of mileage from that unblockable. Tinashe choosing not to confirm the mids into specials, and rather choosing to stagger and reset the opponent.
Getting a bit of joy with that back forward 4, that rising knee kick or whatever it's called. It's the unblockable though. Emperor Enzo's got the corner position, so now she fights his way out through the lag and all, and still manages to get a 235% or damage combo. I think this might just close it now. Kneecap, another kneecap.
No,
He's
I think
might
Tinashe
regret
was
this
going for the anti-air, but somehow still managed to clutch it out.
now. Up, she's gonna go for some selfies, some Instagram
So
posts.
this time,
Friendship.
So what I can tell you about Emperor Enzo, which is quite impressive, Para, is that, you know, I'm obviously quite often on Mortal Kombat 11 on Steam, and I haven't actually seen too much of Emperor Enzo over the last maybe 3 or 4 months. He has indicated to me that he hasn't been playing much, and when I asked him to participate in this week's Salt series, he basically took it upon himself to get back into the game. So he might be a little bit raw. And you know, to be going toe to toe against Tinashe, having not played for quite some time, is no mean feat. So I mean, it speaks volumes in terms of the quality of player that Emperor Enzo actually is.
Definitely. Also, I think Tinashe doesn't play that much. I think last time I checked he was playing mostly MKX. I'm not sure if he's back on MK11 fully.
I'm not 100% sure. But as things stand now, it's 4-3 in favor of Tinashe, and let's see if Emperor Enzo is going to be able to do what he needs to do with this collector pick. I think
Is this
he's gone for
the squander?
I think he's gone for the squander pick. Yeah, he has.
It says. So the benefit now for this variation is the armor breaking move it has.
I'm not too sure I've seen that before. So just explain to myself and to the viewers what that armor breaker is, Para.
So basically in this variation he has two launches. The one is, as you saw earlier on, was the disc, which basically starts a combo and replaces that bola move that he has in the other variation.
Okay, yeah.
And in this one, instead of that stupid projectile parry that he has in the other variations, he gets a move that catches you in the air and basically launches you again for, or can launch you again for another combo. And that move basically breaks armor when it launches you, or when it's taking you from the air. It breaks any armor from breakaway.
AK Stray, obviously a collector player, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, a collector main, a
Yeah.
character main, specialist.
I remember myself and AK back in month 1 or month 2 of Mortal Kombat 11 used to have several matches between collector, but he used to play the back in the pack variation, I think it was back then.
Did you play the fire one, where you like?
Now I used to play. I was playing the Vora at the time.
Oh,
I've
okay,
never
okay.
really been a collector player. I tried him out, but only the variation 2, the one with the
Fire.
dot damage. Yeah.
Okay.
Up there comes a teabag, and I think Tinashe is able to teabag confidently now because he's probably on the verge of closing the set, taking his time.
So Tinashe seems like he's planning something. He's just so cautious for no real reason, and there was no real reason to do that. To do that fatal blow there. One round apiece, and now let's see the final match.
Final round. Fight.
I think Tinashe might be worried about the collector's forward 3 closing in on him at any point.
Now both that overhead and that low is unsafe on block, so it is a bit of a chance that Emperor Enzo is taking, but it seems to
Yeah.
have paid off.
Yeah, when you guess right, it's always good. But like I think, as you're saying, the risk and benefit isn't that great for finishing off that string.
Yeah, no, for sure. Oh, grabs him into the corner. Emperor Enzo not done just yet. The fatal blow has not been used by Cassie. It was on cooldown, so she still has access to that.
Emperor did a punishable move there.
Okay, but he draws things level now. So again, for the 3rd match in a row in this edition of the Salt series, we've gone into the final match. Para, that is, I think, a first, as somebody
Oh.
gets disconnected.
Decent.
That's some ugly toes that Collector's got there. That's actually the first time I've seen those toes.
And
Okay,
he's
so I
got
think
he's got those toes on his hands as well, I think.
Okay, so the cost these things, I'm gonna have to invite everybody. So let me just do that quickly, Para, and then we can get this 9th and final game underway.
So I think Emperor Enzo's locked as the collector.
That's correct.
And now Tinashe gets the option to counter pick this collector if he has a counter pick for it.
If you can maybe just let Tinashe know that I'm going to be sending out another invite, Para.
Alright.
Okay, so I'll send you the invite first so that you can just go AFK the moment you get it.
Sure.
And then let's just see here. We've got Emperor Enzo and we've got Tinashe. Okay, so the invites have gone out again, guys. It is 4 games apiece between Emperor Enzo and Tinashe. The Battle of Zimbabwe. Can we call this like... No, let's not. Let's just go AFK.
Let's do that.
Okay, so we just wait for these 2 guys to get back into the COT lobby. I see Tinashe is here. Let's just wait for Emperor Enzo to come in here and then we'll go back into the final match of the evening. This set tied at 4 games apiece. We couldn't ask for much better games than what we're seeing here tonight, Para.
We can't. And Emperor is very eager. He says he wants to finish his fatality. I told him he has to win this one in order to do it.
Mini-me.
Tinashe is sticking with these guns, literally as Cassie. So we get to see a run back of that last game.
Okay, so hopefully the connection plays ball this time, guys. This is the final. Fortunately, I am off tomorrow, so I don't mind sitting here till 1 o'clock. But unfortunately, our viewers, there are some of you who might still have to go to work tomorrow. So this is the final match of the evening, guys.
Are they letting the intros rock?
What's up?
Seems they are.
I'm here to fight, not model.
Ooh, Cassie coming in with the attitude there.
Round 1. Fight!
Okay, so again, grab tech coming through already.
So Tinashe opting to stay away and come in when he wants to.
Okay, so that's the move you were talking about in terms of the armor breaker, Para.
Exactly.
Okay.
And
okay.
If you don't meter burn it, it's actually safe on block, but it can be interrupted. Emperor Enzo missing the hit confirm there and rather going with the ender of the combo string.
Okay, just a reminder for those of you who are still in chat right now, guys, it is 10:30 already. But next week, the Salt series moves from Steam over onto the PS4 format. We've already got our games set for next week, if I'm not mistaken, Para.
Yeah.
And that communication will be going out fairly shortly as well. So, guys, next week, FTC Africa, Tuesday evening, 8 o'clock. Charlie Wolf Gaming with the Salt series PS4 edition at 8 p.m. on Thursday. And is there any Bloodsport tournaments happening? Fight
Yes.
Club tournaments?
Yes, there
On
is. So the
Wednesday as well?
the Bloodsport thing is finished, but there's a Scorpion tournament that is streamed on Shogun Munsami, and basically that's General Jaeger, and it'll be on Wednesday at around 7:30.
Okay. So obviously the guys will just make sure that all the WhatsApp groups are updated with the necessaries, the information is going to be shared with everybody. So next week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, FCC Africa is going full force to bring you regular content for almost the entire of next week.
I think pretty much now every week.
Finish him.
Wow, and we weren't even commentating on this brilliant game.
Well,
And we see the first teabags I've ever seen from Tinashe in my whole life. I've never seen.
well, I think I'm just looking at the chat here, Pera, and I think it is safe to say that the guys in chat absolutely enjoyed all the matches that they've seen tonight. We've seen history being made yet again. Ngoni, you are officially the Steam MK11 legend. You were the first tournament victor. You held the title of Khan for months before it was taken away from you by Atrocity. But in true Ngoni fashion, you said, you know what, I can't get the crown back, but let me be the first person to dish out the reverse 5-0. So guys, that's your Salt series for this evening. It's been absolutely fantastic. We've seen a whitewash, we've seen a reverse 5-0, and we've seen 2 games more go all the way to match number 9. We could not have asked for anything more. It's been absolutely fantastic. And of course, a big thank you to you, Parashurama, for your co-commentary. It's been absolutely fantastic analysis. It's just been absolute fun yet again on the Salt series. So just big thank you to you as well.
Sure. Thank you also, Carlo, Charlie, for everything you've been doing for the community, and also for your initial hype with the Salt series, the Steam tournaments. We all, as a community, appreciate everything that you are doing. Also, besides that, just like what you were saying, is that basically now we're having regular MK entertainments on most days in a week. So that is just saying something, as how AK Slay is putting Fight Club's motto there: let's grow, let's go. So we are growing, and things are going to get bigger, and we hope that that kind of thing makes an impression on the community, gets us further in terms of skill, in terms of everything. And yeah, I just enjoyed watching the matches with you and talking with you. That was great.
Absolutely fantastic, guys. So it's been a long evening. Thank you so much. We'll see you next week Tuesday on FGC Africa. We'll see you next week Wednesday on the Fight Club, and we'll see you next week Thursday PS4 Salt series on Charlie Wolf Gaming's channel. Guys, thank you so much, and I'll see you all next time.
Get over here!
Stream.
I could give a damn if you doubt me.